it's been a little while in game. You guys are actually you hear the sound of rolling dice, and
Thanking goblins there.
anyone who had an item ordered from Skelebro receives that item.
I ordered, you ordered something.
I thought I did.
It was the other half of your glaive.
Oh.
So, I thought you had something as well. But basically, if you were waiting on something from your order is now fulfilled. One day, probably 2 or 3 days after this incident, you guys are trying to find Tao for another lesson, but he's gone.
Seriously? Now you leave?
His gear's gone, his room's empty, his broom is gone.
Did you text me something?
No,
Okay.
just what we were talking about.
Oh!
Yeah.
What were we talking about before?
Yeah.
Yes!
So,
Apparently he
would
knows
you
about
have
it.
said, just from what we talked about, at any point would you try to communicate with them? Before, during, after? Or we're gonna get to after here in a bit. But
After.
Before or during? You say nothing.
No, because I was trying to find answers first before I said anything.
Okay. So you try to find him, he's gone. This is like mid-morning, everyone's basically waking up at 10 o'clock in the morning. You don't have anything to do. You're all independently wealthy and you have your own place.
What time about? I have 47 gold.
Yeah, the average person makes 12 a year.
Okay, I'm still wealthy then.
You're sitting on like 4 years saved income with, and that's without any living expenses paid. So, yeah.
Holla, shakala.
Near dusk, he flies back.
I'm not his fucking mom. I can do whatever the fuck he wants. And I'm like,
Alright, where are you guys? All you can think of you is like you guys have some sort of circular reading nook window, and you're just like reading, the
oh,
noble.
you're finally back.
Yeah,
I can go to bed now.
the noble fashion magazine or something like that. It's like, oh, good, you're not dead. Pulling a total like mom with her curlers, waiting up till past midnight.
I'm walking through, I throw his binoculars back at him.
Yeah, your glasses that let you see far away, they were gone too. You didn't realize until he came back and threw them at you, but yeah, he had them.
I'm gonna look at him and I'd be like,
There's a couple bugs.
yeah, I'm fine with bugs, but I'm like, oh, they're not be fucking broken. Good, you don't have to pay for it.
Temper was standing out in the courtyard, like, look on watch basically. When he spied you, he basically played landing operator.
His hands light up red.
Yeah, he gets it's like the drone things they can do with like individual lights. He just creates an arrow going down.
I never ended up finding the answer actually I was looking for, right?
Here's the thing. If you wanted to get closer.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I figured that would be the point where you came back.
I'm not ballsy enough.
Yeah. So you come back. The people in the house are made aware. What do you do?
Where that you're back?
Yeah, he wasn't there. You couldn't get a lesson in. What would you have done with your day? Good for both of you. Temper was like looking waiting out in the courtyard for him to come back.
I was testing shit.
Testing.
My powers.
Okay. So you're
I'm working on my 300 foot range.
Yeah.
Dead.
Meanwhile, he's like got like a flower at the end of a stick. They're like shooting off individual petals while he's just like he has an umbrella in the other hand. Just
Yeah. So he doesn't get hit with pollen.
Yeah.
I'm allergic.
What are you doing?
Well, I'll clean up and sharpen all my weapons.
Okay, so just maintaining your gear.
Maintaining gear, getting,
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are basically in the living area doing your thing. He comes in, throws the glasses at Giraffield.
I need to use these more often.
Temper walks in behind you.
Friend. Okay. So Giraffield. What is our next objective right now? What do you want to do?
We're
I know you have a personal thing you need to attend to.
yep.
So give us details on that.
All I know is that my patron wants us to go and fight the other patron that sent the werewolf after us.
Which is located in
The Feywild.
Feywild. So we have an objective of getting there, right?
Mhm.
Which is the spell. Look, we have a spell, right?
He has a spell
So
with nightmare beasts.
okay, so because of my fear of the Feywild, I was attempting to look for another path or plane into the Feywild without having to use a spell. As a route to get in and or to, if we needed a backup, a way to escape. I possibly found one. But it's in a location very close near a green dragon. And this dragon is not located in a dungeon. This green dragon is located in its homeland that I would not want to go in by myself.
Is it bigger?
I don't know, and I don't want to know. I'm scared.
Is it bigger than ours?
Yeah, probably. Without.
Do you remember the relationship between those dragons?
I could see. I saw his eyes. Its eyes.
Do you remember the stated relationship between those dragons?
I do.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
It
just
is. I'd say basically parent
Biologically.
biologically. So
2 hours?
yeah.
Alright, fuck no.
Yeah.
Was it a boy or a girl?
Don't need to know. Regardless.
Father.
Father. Well, I mean, I feel like the father would be more logical, but he'd still want to kill us. But the mom, that'd be a little bit more scary because
That's not
mom.
That's not the point.
Don't
The
touch my
point
fucking
is.
cub.
So I was trying to usually to get into the Feywild, green dragons like to stay on the edge of a path or trail or dimension door to the Feywild. They stay right on the edge of that. So I got the general area of where it's at. It's on the edge of basically the green dragon's land.
So we could go there and not mess with the green dragon.
Maybe. There's
It sounds
a
as though-
fine line.
The dragon may think that we are trespassing.
And him
It's
being
not on his land.
him being in
It's
his
just near his land.
natural habitat, I'd be terrified to screw with him. But that is a other opportunity to possibly be able to get in and out in an emergency situation of the Feywild. If we can identify the location, and once we're in the Feywild, we know where that location is at.
I'm gonna tell you right now, we already have our out.
We have 4.
We do have our out. As the
So if we need to get the fuck out, we can get the fuck out.
translocation grenades.
Yeah. I also have my thing where like I just have to sit there and cast it for a minute. But if we need to get out, I can cast it wherever the fuck I want.
No.
So like all we have to do, like if we're in the middle of a fight, no. But if we're like in our room and we're like, we don't want to be here anymore, I can do that.
So now we do have a solution to get out. But
We have another option.
that was something
on top of the 3 that we have.
That was something I was working on doing. So that was a homework side project I was working on.
Good to know. But
So,
we're not gonna fuck with the dragon. So.
Goblin Forest, correct? Yes. So Goblin Forest is a OP green dragon.
Write it down so we don't forget.
You're not wrong.
But at the same time, if we want an out, we would have to find it in the Feywild. The Feywild's a completely different zone.
That's why if we entered from here, we would know where it was.
Yeah, we would have to go through. We would have to enter through the Green Dragon spot to know where the exit is from the Green Dragon spot.
So you guys have been researching Fey. Something you would have found along the way is that the Feywild is a very bizarre place for a couple reasons. One, it's built on the same template as the material plane. If there is a hill in the material plane, that hill more than likely exists in the Feywild. But it will be more colorful, it will have completely different vegetation, it will have a completely different fauna. Often the laws of physics change. But if there's a town, there's a good chance that some sort of place of interest will be there. It could be ruins, it could be a different town, it could be a mausoleum. It could be anything. But typically if there's something in one place, there's something in the other as well. They're very finely linked that way. So if you found, if you were in the Feywild, there's a very good chance if you actually could figure it out, of finding that transportation place that you found. Or
And
you knew
with my navigation skills that I have,
what navigation skills that you have.
for other proficiencies in language, I have navigation.
Okay, yeah. So if you were
sea navigation or land navigation?
if it's well, that is true, but since it is just navigation, I'd say both. So you
can navigate on land using the stars.
I'm
just
assuming
like
that you
on-
basically. So here's the thing.
Plus one
You-
bonus on land.
You were looking from the air, so you basically sketched out a map of the Goblin Forest. From what you were able to tell, some dead reckoning, you've got about maybe a mile square, like X,
Okay.
latitude, longitude, where you're pretty sure where these things cross, like it's in a mile square that has at least one way into the Feywild. You would still need to, once you got there, you'd still have to look around,
Thammek.
but it's, like you'd be able to say, hey guys, we're getting too far off track, we have to turn around.
Do you have a broom?
No.
We need to get you a fucking broom.
I also recall there. I don't know about your world, but so in the Feywild, there's like 4 different, basically elves.
Yes, different breeds of elves.
Yes.
Hold on. So I got the new broom that's faster. Did I trade it for my other one?
Yeah, for a discount.
Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go 200 feet in the air. I'm gonna cast, I'm gonna open it, and I'm just poof, and I'm like full speed,
Where are you trying to go?
nowhere. I'm not
Going out to sea?
No, straight right above our tower.
Okay, but where are you headed? Which direction? North, south, east, west?
I don't really take a direction, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm in the air. I'm just like, okay, I need to just go.
Okay. You are flying 200 feet in the air above your tower. So it's a warm day, but with how high you are, there's a kind of a chill breeze. Not, and you're near the sea, so it's got that nice, humid feeling to it. You start casting the spell, following the process on the cocktail napkin that you got. And you ever read something that just chills you? Like, you just...
Yeah, whenever I hear the Song of Persephone by Darrow.
Yeah, you just kind of like sink into yourself for a bit and you feel small. A little bit. As you go through this process, kind of going through the mental processes, you start to feel that way. Like you are a child playing with fire. A kid who just found a loaded gun. Do you finish the spell?
No. wait till they're back.
Okay.
Like I was gonna try it and just like
You want to do the same experiment just with everyone?
not while like they're gonna be on the ground. I'm be like I'm gonna try and leave. I'm gonna try and come back like with like less than 5 minutes.
Oh, that's perfectly fine.
But I'm more on the fact of like if something else comes back through and it's not me, you guys, yeah.
All right. So you wait until everyone's back. You guys see him. He's slightly hesitant.
Me?
Which is odd for Giraffield. Yeah.
Oh.
That nerve, like you stopped in the middle, but you've started something. Like there's no going back from this. You've started casting the spell. It's not like you know it's gonna happen regardless or not or whatever. But like
I'm going to the Feywild.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
No,
like
like-
existential dread. Like
no,
I started already.
You decided to start casting that spell. It is weighing on your conscience even though you can't find anything wrong with it. But it's one of those things that's just
I shouldn't have done that.
It's
I should
dark.
not have done that.
Yeah,
I
you
shouldn't have done that.
You feel like there's a parent figure that's just looming out just out of sight, waiting for you to cross that line now. Yeah.
I dare you to touch it. You're gonna burn your hand, and I'm gonna smack you on the back of the head.
Yeah. All right. Everyone's here.
I'm
Are you ready?
gonna try the thing and shit my pants while doing it. How am I doing it?
Yes.
200 feet in the air.
Okay, you're waiting for these guys.
Yeah.
All right.
I
What do
just-
you guys do?
To make sure nothing comes back through.
Yeah.
Like, whatever reason I go through within the 12 seconds that I have to go through, and something else is like, yep, nah, and tries to eat shit. I don't know. They can possibly handle it.
You better come back, because if I have to kill that green dragon without you, I'm gonna kill you when I see you.
Yeah.
Temper is waiting up there with you, just standing like awkwardly next to you. You're both kind of like doing the little dipping sea motion.
Okay.
But he's just like standing straight up. He's got two like rods coming out of his shoulders.
Okay. I'm gonna cast it. I'm gonna go through.
Okay.
10 seconds. I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna.
Arguably, you could go in, have a little look around for 6 seconds, and as long as you make it back by the end of your next turn, you're good. Like you can come straight out of the same port.
I'm doing that. That's the first thing I'm doing.
Okay.
How long does it last for?
12 seconds.
Yeah, 2 rounds.
Oh, okay.
Portal's only around for 2 rounds. If he casts it on one action, it lasts till the end of his turn on.
You want to borrow the webcam? Get there.
Okay, man. let's just throw it in slow motion and see what we found. Oh look, everything's blurred.
Yeah.
Okay, that feeling of foreboding is a little easier now because your friends are there with you. It does not mar your conscience anymore.
That's
Until
even a little more disturbing.
until you get to the point where you cut off last time.
Oh yay.
It's like, you know, I've done this before. You know, like I did that. It's a little easier. And then you get to the point where you left off.
Oh no.
And you get that just the anime looming of a giant figure behind you, waiting for you.
Called temper.
Okay, I finish.
More like Attack on Titan. Like imagine one of those faces behind you. Just watching you.
Yeah.
You gonna do it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You guys see, as he's making these motions, there's a little, almost smear of smoke. Just a little, like diesel smoke. Just a little wisp. But it grows. He's got his eyes closed. He can't really see what's going on in this.
I gotta focus.
But you see the swirling black, this tarry,
I don't like this.
this tarry, smoke-filled, just rip. You guys are getting a little bit of flashbacks. It's not cracks, but you get that sort of like, this is a not thing. It's not that it's a different thing, like everything else you've seen in life. This is an absence of thing, whatever it is. Finally, he completes the last swipe. Your eyes open up, and you are looking into an oval picture frame, as tall as you are, of a bleak. Like, you can actually see them side by side. You're facing northeast just as a random point. So you see, like, the last little bit of Northport, and then the coast leading up into the Duke's area. You can see that coast, and then you see the desolation that is that coast through the Feywild lens. There's a flock of birds out over the sea. You can see things swimming in the ocean. Apparently there's some sort of fight going on because there's like, water spraying and all that.
Survival of the fittest.
There's a lot more movement, and the movement is fast in this picture frame. What do you do?
I'm gonna like half my body in. Look down. I want to look around.
It's about 15 degrees colder past the threshold.
Okay, that's not too bad.
And you're looking around?
Can you move the mirror?
No, it's fixed. Especially with him leaning in it. I don't
Yeah.
think he'd want to move the portal.
Sick! I have his body on. Hey, my body's gone.
Roll a perception check.
Was that a 6?
Yes.
9.
The movement just continues as you're looking in. Yeah, it's like looking down kind of in the real world of the material plane. You see movement, but it's organized. Like in Northport, it's people following the streets, and out in the ocean, you have people following the currents and the waves. This is like roving bands of marauders. Like you could probably pick out 4 or 5 areas from what you can see where there's not a group within 100 yards of another group.
Oh, jeez.
So you're halfway through just peeking in? Alright. Unless you want us to add anything in, this will be the end of your first turn.
Okay.
What are you doing with your second turn? And at the end of this turn, that portal's closing.
What's down at the ground?
I just asked that. There's
Roll another
fucking
perception
shit
check.
ton of. Yeah.
Where's your put your glasses on.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, I have my glasses on.
Okay. Roll perception again, because that will give you advantage. But you see the city of Northport. You actually see the city of Northport. The buildings are the same, the streets are the same, the walls are the same. It's a gray, dismal sort of shade of it, but at the same time, it is all there.
Okay.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 20
Okay.
total.
Okay, what were you going to say?
I'm gonna pull up my hand. Does my hand change, or am I still the same color?
Think of it more like your color palette changes.
Okay.
You're still the color you were, it's just a much darker, much less vibrant version of that color.
Okay, I was just like, so if I go like this and bring it back out, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
changed.
It's only within...
Because it would be different, and like it'd be interesting if like I went in there and I was like, what, you know?
There's a flock of birds coming up from your left. Go facing in the same direction as you. You couldn't see them because they were behind you. And you weren't, you'd have to like literally go around.
That was what I was gonna do for my next turn. Is like I looked down and now I'm going.
Yeah. So you see these birds from about 20 feet away. They almost look lizardish. Like they not bat
birds.
Yeah, lizardish.
Like a
they're probably no. Only about as big as this table. but they have lizard scales visible. They do have wings and feathers, but their heads are utterly bizarre. Their entire body is mottled gray. So like kind of a lighter gray for the body, but like speckled with rough patches and unevenness in a darker tone. But their head is spherical. So like their head normal, or a bird's head would normally be, that sort of thing.
Aerodynamic.
Yeah, aerodynamic. This is literally like a ball.
It's
Is their head.
ball.
And it's one big mouth with human teeth. So just down the middle, 180 degrees Pac-Man style, tongue flying out, no eyes, no nose, just this giant mouth of grinding teeth.
With its tongue hanging out?
Yeah, off to the side, yeah. 3 of them have veered off and are headed in your direction.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
As you pull back, you guys on the ground see him like, he's doing kind of like slow, like looking around movements. Then you see him kind of jolt and yank back and close the portal as fast as he
I
can.
want to shoot something at him. I just want to be like, duh! Because it'll close automatically.
At the end of your turn,
Yeah.
you can also use your action to end it faster.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I didn't think that was something
You
I
should
could do.
wait and close it when they're halfway through.
Or I should
You
let
trust
one-
yourself for that timing.
I kind of want one to come through, just to see how fucking strong this shit. This is a mini bird. If we have a hard fucking time with this,
We're gonna level up.
Are you gonna let someone through?
yes.
How many?
Well, no.
Yeah, I would like to. Yeah, between 1 and 2.
3, 1 and 2. Okay. I'm gonna tell you to roll a dexterity save with advantage because you're being flexible about how many you want in. It's to get the timing.
Yeah.
And also,
Can I shoot the third one so that only 2 come through and then
No.
it will close? Dang it!
No.
Dexterity.
So dexterity save with advantage.
roll a D3, and that's how many come through.
You're also trying to not get bitten
Oh man.
while this is going on. No.
10.
No, try again.
Try again.
Advantage.
Why do I get advantage? Definitely not that one.
I said so. Oh, he did it. That's a 5.
Yeah, still not good.
So 10. Okay. Alright. All 3 get out.
Cool.
You do close it, but we're gonna start with initiative.